Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal. My name is Marie. If you have never been here before, my videos are copyrighted and they belong to me. And we are in my massage room today. So before we get into this, I don't want to hear any comments underneath my video about the bottled water. It's not for me, it's for the pet behind me. So there we go. All right, with that being said, so today I want to talk to you guys about L-Lysine. I still get shocked when I talk to people about L-Lysine and they look at me like, I've never heard of that before. And I'm like, how have you not heard of L-Lysine? Everybody needs to hear about L-Lysine, right? I've got all this great energy today because I went away for the weekend and I grounded myself and I took some much needed time off and, redirected my energies, and I feel like a whole new person. All right. So L-Lysine. So, as far as I'm concerned, and this has nothing to do with the fact that, I pair up with these guys. Bulk supplements, I think, bulksupplements.com has the absolute best L-Lysine in powder form that you can get anywhere. It's the cleanest that you can get anywhere. And that's the honest to goodness truth. Okay, so L-Lysine, you can pick it up in powder form, and you're probably going to sit there and go, why would you want that in powder form? I'm going to show you here in just a second. So powder form, you can actually pick it up in, tablet form where it's chewable. You can actually pick it up in pill form, whatever, but I prefer powder. And the reason I prefer powder is for a couple of reasons, but I'm going to tell you why this is such a great addition to just have in your house. Okay, so as soon as the months start getting cooler like it does right now, this goes into my cupboard. It goes from the back of the cupboard to the front of the cupboard, right? Because to me, the winter months, that's when L-Lysine steps out to shine. All right, so one of the best things that it does is if you're suffering from anxiety or anything like that, it actually is great for anyone who suffers with anxiety, because L-Lysine actually blocks the response receptors for stress. So whenever somebody tells me, oh, hey, Marie, I have these really bad anxiety attacks, or or I have these, panic attacks or anything, I tell them L-Lysine, man, L-Lysine, right? In case you want to know how to spell it, that's it right there. My links are always underneath the video. If you use the links, use my product code. Almost everywhere, my product code is Marie, M-A-R-I-E, and use it. Because you're going to get some discounts, at these places. So if you're going to buy from Bulk Supplements, please use my product code, and that way, you can save yourself a little bit of money. Nowadays, it's always a bonus. Okay, so one of the things is if you have like anxiety, or you have, panic attacks, or you have anything like that, L-Lysine is great, especially if you take it on a daily basis. It's not going to harm you. It's not going to, it's not going to do you any harm whatsoever. It doesn't build up in your system, blah, blah, blah. It's not an herb. It's actually an amino acid. But one thing about this amino acid is our body doesn't produce it. So you actually got to get it through food. And a lot of people just don't get it through food. So they start having, anxiety and depression and panic. And once you start adding the amino acid back in, it has a tendency to block that, and you end up becoming a little bit more calm, right? So that's number one. I love that for that. Second is for anybody who has calcium problems. If you're a huge meat eater, or, you eat a lot of dairy or stuff like that, you're going to go through a lot of calcium in your body. And some people can't absorb calcium, for whatever reasons. But it does help with retaining the calcium in your body. It does help with that. So if you have, osteo or any kind of, anything that's related to bone issue, stuff like that, or calcium absorption issues or anything like that, low calcium, L-Lysine is great for that. Another thing that I love it for is wound healing. Okay, so this is where the powder comes in. So I love to either, I'll either make a paste, like if I get a cut, a really nasty cut or whatever, I will make a paste and I will put it on the actual cut or whatever, and it actually promotes wound healing. Or you can also take it internally, right? Because it creates collagen in your body. So I love all these people on TikTok and Instagram and all this going, take collagen, take collagen, take collagen. It took years for people to put the connection together that if you took turmeric, you had to add some black pepper in there to actually activate it and make it work correctly. And I'm going to say the same thing about this, okay? If you want that collagen to work the way it's supposed to, then L-Lysine is that door, to make it work better. So it helps to create the collagen. So not only does it help you absorb it better, it actually helps create it too. L-Lysine is the foundation of collagen, and it's a protein that acts and helps support, give structure to the skin and the bones. So, whether it's bone issue, calcium issues, skin issues, I'm really big on skin issues and bone issues. Because look, as you get older, your skin really starts to deteriorate. And your bones, get weak and brittle. And that doesn't have to happen, guys. It just doesn't have to happen. You can actually have nice skin. It's like when I was little, it was like, oh, he's old, look at his wrinkly skin, or look at all the marks on his skin, or, you can actually pull, and it was like, I don't know, like frog skin, they used to call it. And, everything is saggy, and that doesn't have to be. It's like if you support your body and take care of it, you don't have to, that's an old myth. We need to start getting away from all that. Okay. So, let's see what else. It supports your skin. It supports your bones. L-Lysine is important for proper growth. So it's great for kids. I give L-Lysine to I've been giving L-Lysine to my granddaughter since she was like 4 years old. Here, chew on this. Hey, let me put that in your smoothie for you. I do that and that's great for the powders. Okay, so if you have kids, the powder is great because the powder you can add to smoothies. Okay, so the powder is a little bit it's a little bit bitter and it's a little bit salty. So if you add it to smoothies, right, you're not going to taste it, and you can get it into the kids because kids usually can't take pills. So, and the liquids taste like, ugh. So the powders are great. And it's important for growth, and it also plays an essential role in the production of carnitine, a nutrient responsible for converting fatty acids into energy and helping lower cholesterol. So that's another thing. So if you have high cholesterol, L-Lysine is great for that. It helps, with that exchange in order to start lowering cholesterol. Of course, if you're going to eat fried foods all day long, it's not going to help you. But it's because that's what supplements are. They supplement your diet. It's not, oh, I need to take this because it's going to cure me, or I'm going to take that. You're taking it because it's a supplementation to the good foundation that you already have. And then you're supplementing on top of that. You're not doing it to take something away. So like I said, if you're going to sit there and you're going to eat, 50 pounds of fried chicken every day, all that fried grease is not going to help you bring down your cholesterol. There's not, a truckload of lysine that's going to help you do that. Okay. Another thing, and these are my favorites coming up, viruses. So the minute I have a virus in my body, I even feel a virus. Okay, and one of the ways I'm going to teach you real quick how to tell when you have the beginning of a virus. So you will get right here on the sides of your mouth, it'll start to crack, right? So the minute that starts to crack, you have a virus in your body, okay? And your body is trying to turn over those cells very quickly. So you'll get the cracking on the side of the lips, right where your mouth opens. The next one is you will get the crack right on the inside of your eye, right? It'll feel like cuts right on the inside right here, okay? And you're going, ooh, that hurts. Why do I have that cut? Because your body is telling your brain there's a virus going on in here. So the minute I get that cut on the inside of my eye or on the side of my mouth, I'm like, oh, hang on. Or your nose, right? You get them on your nose too. It's like, oop, hang on. Let me go grab my L-Lysine because we need to put that in there because I don't want that virus traveling any further, getting into my colon, getting into my gut, getting into my liver. So we're going to stop it right here. So during the whole COVID BS, I sat there and I was taking L-Lysine and giving it to my kids. Like, you want that smoothie, right? Because, we wanted to prevent those viruses, so it's great for like teachers, people who are constantly dealing with kids, or I have, I know, you know who you are. So if you watch this video, you know who I'm talking about you. I have a young lady that follows me in my group, and she has to go into a lot of different people's homes. And when you do that, you're putting your system in a very vulnerable position because everybody lives differently and some people aren't as clean as others. And I know I used to do that. I used to do consultations. I used to go to homes and, and hospice. So, I've been there, done that. And I know because sometimes I would walk in, I was like, oh no, I'd freak. I'd have to go back out to my car and go, oh, okay, just breathe. You can do this. It really is that bad sometimes. So it puts you in a very vulnerable position when you're dealing with that. And I mean, come on, listen, people aren't sick because, we made great choices and we're living healthy, beautiful lives and everything else. I mean, once you start to change the way you live and the way you eat, you go, wow, wow. Because I remember how I used to live, everything was pretty on the outside, but hey. So, all right, next thing, viruses, like I said, any virus it's great for that. Even if the virus starts, get on it. And I'm talking even herpes. So even if you have like a flare up of herpes, you start taking L-Lysine, it'll calm everything down. It calms everything down. So another thing is cold sores. So what I love about the powder is I can not only take it, but I will actually put it in a little cup or whatever, and I will mix it with a little tiny bit of water. I'll make a paste and there we go. And I'll put it on the cold sore. Of course, you're not going to go out that way, but in the evening or you're watching TV or whatever, you put it on there, you can actually feel the tingling because it's starting to kill that virus right from the source. So that's another thing that it's great for. All right. And it also, there's been studies where it does help a lot of people with high blood pressure, because it does help the liver a little bit. All right. So how do you take it? As far as the chewables, well, I mean, chewables are chewables. They have chewable L-Lysine. You can pick it up online, Amazon, probably your health food store. They have pills. Of course, you take them by the direction of the bottle. And then you have the powder. So when you're doing the powder, like I said, it's a little bitter and it's going to be a little salty. So my favorite way, tomato juice. So, like if I have tomato juice, because of course it's an accent to that, it accents the tomato juice. So I can just drink it in the morning and I make my tomato juice. Or my oldest granddaughter, she likes it in white grape juice. That's how she drinks it. My youngest, does it this way. So, and this is also one of my favorite ways to do it. and you take, so you're going to take 1/3 of a teaspoon a day. Okay, so it's not that much. And then you're going to go in there, you're going to level it out. You put it in the dish. Okay. And then I'm going to take my honey and put it in there. Not too much. All you need is about a teaspoon. Covers it up pretty good. Don't drip. And then you just mix it around really, really, really well. Just keep mixing it till it gets really well incorporated. And I don't have any water, but that's okay because it's not bad. Okay. So once you get it all nice and incorporated, should be one little glob. And there you go. And it's done. The sweetness of the honey and the salt. Here's another benefit. So the sweetness of the honey and the saltiness and the bitterness not only help your liver, but also helps your adrenals, right? It balances out your adrenals. So when you do this, it's better to take it in the morning. Okay, always in the morning. L-Lysine should always be taken in the morning. You know, unless you start feeling this coming on or this coming on or a sore coming on, you can feel it. You get that tingling, right? I'm not beyond them. You know, you start feeling that, then, you know, by all means, take it at night. You know, get that started. Get it started right away. Do not put it on there or there. Okay, just let it, you know, if you got a sore, that's fine. Don't put it near your eyes. Okay, and if you are taking any kind of calcium supplements or you are taking any gastrointestinal, the words the doctors come up with. I think they do it just to stomp us, right? Gastrointestinal medications of any kind. If you are seeing, you know, a gastrologist and they have you on any kind of medication, do not take L-Lysine, all right? So there you go. There is your educational video today on L-Lysine and why you should always have it in your house, especially now coming up on these winter months, because you know the viruses hit us a little harder, and you know the colds hit us a little harder, and all this stuff, you know, has a tendency to hit a little harder. So especially with my grandkids, man, I'm like, have some L-Lysine, please. Every little thing, even if it's a stomach virus, right? Especially if it's a stomach virus, I'm pumping the L-Lysine into them because I want them to get healed very quickly. I want that to go through there. For children, you want 1/8 of a teaspoon. All right, so it's a little bit less, but yeah, I have it. I have it in pills and chewables. I love L-Lysine, and as I said, this is an amino acid that your body cannot make. And the chances of you eating enough L-Lysine are like zip to zero, because especially, you know, I mean, our food is like devoid, yeah, of any nutrients anymore. I mean, it's just basically what we're eating is cardboard with a little flavor, if you ask me. But there you go. All right, so we will see you next time, and I will, if you stay happy, I'm going to keep you healthy. I'm going to keep you educated at least. And if you're interested in getting some, my links are always underneath my video. And like I said, if you shop at bulksupplements.com, be sure and use my code at the end. That way you save yourself a little moolah. All right. Okay. We'll see you next time. I love you guys. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for your supporting me. You know, I love all you guys over on Coffee. You know, thank you for supporting me there, everything. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. Love you guys. Have a great week. Bye-bye.